All right, guys, we got Echo here out of the box in a basic pose here because I want to show off a couple things before we get into the posing section of this. I have spent a couple days with this figure, and thanks to Pop Collectibles for getting this out to me quickly. And then I had to travel a little bit, so I couldn't get the video out as fast as I like, but that's how it goes sometimes. But if you want to get this figure, they do have it in stock. There's a link in the description below if you want to do that. But I have spent a little bit of time with this figure, kind of messing around with it, taking pictures and messing around. But there are some pros and cons to this figure. One, it's a freaking clone, and it looks amazing. It's beautiful, right? So paint applications are Hot Toys quality, no surprise there. And then obviously this head sculpt, which is quite, it's quite good. And from a translation from an animated standpoint to a live action, they nailed it, right? It's very, I don't say expressive is not the word I'm looking for, but it's very detailed, and I don't know. I just kind of like it. But will I use it on the display? That's to be determined. I'll let you guys know in the comment section down below. We'll get your feedback on that. Let me know your thoughts. But posing wise, I think it's pretty cool. It's got that Matrix vibe going on with all the little plugs and stuff on his head. So him and Neo would be a cool, like a pre Hero Neo version would be a pretty cool display option. But I do dig it. I think the expression works just fine. It is what it is. It's got the Lobot vibe, as everybody's pointed out, because of the back of the head. But I dig it. So going down, you can see like the paint applications are absolutely beautiful. The red and the character design in this is 100% on point. I dig it. The helmet is so good. The helmet is so good that it's going to be hard to display it with the head on and without the helmet. So if you want to display both, I think this is the way to do it. Have him holding the helmet. I thought this was pretty cool as I was moving this around and posing it. I'll kind of move down the figure a little bit. The comma is attached to the belt. I like that because when you move the belt around and rotate the belt, the comma goes with it. So there's less likelihood of it being bunched up or destroyed or damaged, anything like that. I like that quite a bit. We've got a double bend in the regular arm, and we got a nice little bend here in this arm as well with this little tool attachment, I guess, if you will. And I like it. I like it very much. The undersuit's great. It's definitely typical clone style. The armor is just absolutely beautiful, as you'd expect. And then we have this nice little standard Star Wars base, which we've seen, 4 million times. Double joint on the knees, ratcheted joints on the knees. Pivots are solid on the feet, so no issues with that. And then we've got these crazy accessories, which are pretty cool. So I went back and I kind of just scrubbed through some footage of Bad Batch. We didn't see any of these accessories, or these attachments used in the series, which is fine. And we just got some extra bonus parts. Maybe we'll see them in season 2 of Bad Batch. I don't know. But they're pretty cool. You know what they are? Who the heck knows? I don't know. Will I use them in posing? I don't know the answer to that one either. But we got this like 3PO arm with some attachments and a little screen on it. We got this like almost like a tamping arm, like if you would use something to flatten the earth. If you were doing out some yard work, maybe you'd use it for that. And then we got this like grappling attachment thing, and then like an extension arm is wired, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. We'll see if we can come up with some fun poses. If we move over to this side, and we'll look at some hands features, which we don't have very much. We got an open, relaxed hand that comes on the figure. We got a blaster holding hand, a pointing hand, and then a blaster holding hand for the 3PO arm, and then a 3PO arm switch out, which is probably what I'll end up using. For the main display is probably what I'm going to end up with. But regardless, this guy looks flipping amazing. I'm looking forward to posing him up with other clones. And I did a preview video on Crosshair in which we talked about how it's going to take 95 years to complete the whole team. So this is step 1. Before we get into the posing, I want to talk about this left elbow. On that arm, you have like a pleatherish type material that's attached to the undersuit. And you can see it kind of bunched up right there. There's no doubt about it. If over time that's going to crack, it's going to be a problem. How long will depend on your individual use case. But I don't know. That's a part of the suit I would have been okay if Hot Toys left out for accuracy. I think that would have been okay. I don't know. It bunches up, it looks weird. It's just one of those things. But be mindful of that if you happen to be posing yours up. Obviously, we wanted to put him next to Captain Rex, which they look fantastic. I got really not many complaints about this figure. It looks great. It definitely looks like Tamora Morrison and battle damaged version, I guess, if you will. I think these two they just look great. I mean, just look at both of them side by side. I mean, the head sculpts look great. Obviously, Captain Rex was just amazing anyways. But I think you'd be very happy to have both of these on your display, just like this. And then obviously we got a whole lot more clones. We got 501st, we got Coruscant Guards. We got all kinds of clones to add to the display, but these two together, I mean, iconic, I would say. Now, if we can get Hot Toys to give us an ARC Trooper version of Echo and also 5s, that would be next level awesome. All right, and for my next act, we shall see if we can't have something fun that I don't think anybody else has done so far with this figure. I could be wrong, but we'll kind of pan up and we'll kind of go through here. We got a little belt action. We got a little blaster action going on there. We keep going up, and Echo has hoisted up a battle droid. He is literally holding up a battle droid with one of those attached arms, which I don't know what the heck you call that arm, but there you go. Yeah, I wanted to have some fun with this. Like, this is, I don't know. I'm having fun with it. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I just like posing figures and having fun. And if you had a whole bunch of clones, having some battle droids is a good thing. Hopefully Hot Toys will actually give us some battle droids in the near future for our posing pleasure. But yeah, right here. So I tried to get him lifted up with the bendable wire thing, but that was the battle droid was too heavy for that, but I did try. I almost had it for a second, but I didn't want to break off an antenna off of Echo's backpack or something if it had fallen while I was, back here trying to hit record and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can see this figure is quite good looking. We got our battle droid up there. He's being supported by that. I don't know whatever the hell that arm's called. Don't know. But I do have it at somewhat of a 90-degree bend to give me some strength. And yeah, he's looking all kinds of good. And I do like that it comes with a blaster and it comes with a holster and you got ammo pouches. But the one thing I absolutely despise, Hot Toys. I talked about this in a live stream. If you have the Darth Maul figures where it's got those pleatherish type material that goes over the wrist peg, on this figure, the fabric undersuit goes on top of the wrist peg. So if you break a wrist peg on this figure, gonna be a complete nightmare to change. I mean, like, pain in the ass situation to change the wrist peg on his left arm. I really, really hate it when Hot Toys does that. And I'm just not a fan of them. I'm doing that, but that's what they did. So that would be probably my number one gripe with this figure is the fact that they did that. The rest of it I can kind of forgive. But we're having fun with posing. Let's see if we can come up with something else. So I thought it'd be appropriate to throw Echo with some Imperial droids. So we have C2B5 and obviously we have K2, which I think will look pretty cool when we get the KX Enforcer droids in the future. I think that'd be kind of cool. So this is just a display option. Obviously you can display them with Captain Rex. You can display them with clones, 501st or Coruscant Guards or whatever. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to pose them like this. Maybe, I don't know, just an option. I do want to point out one thing I thought was super cool when I was getting this guy down on a kneeling pose. So most of the times getting a clone, or actually really any figure in a kneeling pose is kind of it's a chore, it's a challenge. By the way, I did switch out the little arm right there. So I thought pretty cool. But down here on the knee, right here, the knee armor, actually, I guess I can put it right above the knee there. That is a separate piece, and it is on that swivel joint. So I was actually able to swivel that knee armor. I thought it was attached to the shin armor at first. I was actually swiveling the knee armor down and make him like it was easier to pose this way, which I thought was kind of cool. Just a tidbit there. Thought it was kind of nice. We put the blaster rifle back in the holster, looking good. We've got Echo looking awesome. Obviously, K2 always looks awesome, so right on K2. And then our C2B5 C2B5 droid. So all these guys together, I think, look pretty good. Just as an option for you, if you happen to have these guys, I think they look pretty good together. But that's my thoughts. So I'm actually going to do a separate posing video for channel members of Echo. So stay tuned for that. That'll be super cool. Have some fun with that. And yeah, just stay tuned. If you want to join the channel members, you can do that, or join Patreon. Links in the description below if you want to do that. But I'm having fun with this guy. I'm super happy. The only downside, again, I'll have to mention, is the long wait for Hunter, Crosshair, and eventually maybe we'll get Wrecker and Tech, maybe. And Omega would be pretty cool too, must admit, even though she was kind of annoying. It'd be kind of a cool figure to have. But let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section down below. And again, if you want to pick one up, check out Pop Collectibles. As always, click what you like. See you next time.